Hello everyone and welcome to Videogame Vids, the show where we talk about video game news. But first, a public service announcement. If you did not watch my Board Game Vids video of yesterday, I will be using a friend's music from now on. My friend Bimanch produces his own music and I will be using that in the background of my videos from now on. Back to the news. Starfield and Redfall have been delayed. The Alan Wake TV show has been picked up by AMC. Sony has announced dozens of PlayStation Plus extra games. A Silent Hill 2 remake is reportedly in the works. And Soundfall is great. Starfield and Redfall delayed to the first half of 2023. On Twitter, Bethesda has announced that Starfield and Redfall have been delayed to the first half of 2023. Both of these games were supposed to launch later this year, but it looks like, unfortunately, that isn't going to happen. If you've followed Bethesda at all, you may be quite familiar with Starfield, which was announced a couple of years ago. It is supposed to be an open world type game. Similar to what we know from Bethesda. We're talking about the Elder Scrolls games, Skyrim, Morrowind, Oblivion, and the Fallout series, starting from Fallout 3 and then Fallout 4, New Vegas, and the more disappointing Fallout 76. Starfield looked to be a polished outer space game. We didn't have too much information on it, but it would be open game, so that would have been exciting. Redfall, on the other hand, is a Left 4 Dead type team shooter, but instead of zombies, you have vampires. So you explore the world, everyone has their own character. You don't explore the world, it's level-based. You have to work together to make your way through hordes of zombies and reach the next safe room. Redfall would have variable player powers, so unlike Left 4 Dead, the Left 4 Dead games, the character that you pick does have a bigger difference. Some of them have some magic, other ones have gadgets that they can use. And then, of course, there's also lots of weaponry that you pick up during the level or between levels in the safe rooms. The Alan Wake TV show is picked up by AMC. In a video commemorating the 12-year existence of Alan Wake, Remedy has announced that AMC has picked up the TV show. Alan Wake is a horror game in which you play as a writer finding his way through the night and scaring away creatures with only the light of his torch to protect it, and his gun. But the creatures are only weak when he shines his torchlight on them, and you actually have to manage the batteries of your flashlight, because if you run out, you won't be able to scare them off. It was quite popular back in the day. As I said, it came out 12 years ago, so it has been aging, but there was a remake a couple of years ago as well. And of course, Remedy is also known for a more recent game, Control. And they were working on a TV show since 2018, they announced it, I believe. Now it has been picked up by AMC. AMC is mostly known for the Walking Dead series. Sony announces dozens of games to join PlayStation Plus Extra. In a blog post, Sony announces that the dozens of games that will be joining PlayStation Plus Extra. PlayStation Plus Extra is the subscription-based service that is supposed to counter and oppose the Microsoft subscription-based game, the game-based subscriptions. There are a lot of games joining, a lot of interesting first-party games like Returnal and the Bloodborne, and also the Demon's Souls game. There was also, I went through the list and I saw one of my all-time favorites, Hollow Knight, and this is the perfect chance to show off my custom PlayStation 5, just to so everyone knows that I really do, let's turn it like this, that I really do love Hollow Knight. There's a lot of interesting games in there. I'm not going to read them all up, so I suggest you look through them yourselves. You can find a link to the blog post in the description below. Silent Hill 2 remake reportedly in the works. On Twitter, Nate the Hate has announced that there is a Silent Hill 2 remake in the works. Nate the Hate has leaked information about games before, which leads to people taking his claim more seriously. Although, of course, I should point out it is a rumor, so this could be completely false or just straight up wrong. Silent Hill is a series of horror games. I think there are 3. There's at least 2, though, that were very popular back in the early 2000s. They took place in the fictional city Silent Hill, and there was a mist which caused several horrors to appear there. You would find out later in the games, I think in both of them, or all 3 of them if there are 3, that the horrors are based on the fears and regrets of the protagonist. It is also where the infamous Pyramid Head comes from. We don't know much about the remake, what it's going to look like, what it's going to be. It's probably just going to be a remake, so it's just going to be the game that we already know, but with much improved textures and possibly some little tweaks to gameplay. Soundfall launches on all platforms. Soundfall, a rhythm twin-stick shooter game, has launched for all platforms. I have bought it on the day of release, and I've got to say, I really love it. It is a twin-stick shooter game. If you've ever played Crypt of the Necrodancer or the spin-off, and also a spin-off from the Zelda series, Cadence of Hyrule, it has a similar vibe. It is a twin-stick shooter game, so that means that it is top-down. You're looking from up, down on the protagonist, which is in the center of the screen. You move the character with one stick, you aim with the other. So this way you can move and shoot in different directions. So you can move in one direction, shoot in another. However, the twist here, and the twist is similar to Crypt of the Necrodancer and Cadence of Hyrule, is that you can only perform actions on the beat of the music. And by actions, I mean shoot, dodge, use your special attack, or your ultimate ability. You can move freely, but the other things are all tied to the beat. In fact, in Soundfall, it is the case that you're not completely powerless. If you time your shot poorly, there will still be a shot, but it will be much, much weaker. And if you miss too many beats in a short amount of time, then your weapon overloads and you won't be able to shoot at all for a couple of seconds, or a couple of beats, I should say. The music is great. There are a lot of different genres, so don't expect to see one thing the whole time. The action works pretty well. The animation is actually very charismatic and pretty, although it is stylized, so if it's not your thing, I guess there's nothing to do about that. And yeah, I really enjoy it, so check it out. That's all for this week's Video Game Vids. Come back next week for another one, or watch the board game bits of yesterday. Bye!